The significance of the shrinking money supply. A historical perspective. The money supply is currently experiencing a contraction at a rate not seen since the Great Depression. This is a significant development, as it marks the first time the money supply has shrunk since that era. In order to understand the implications of this contraction, it is important to explore how money is created and the consequences of a shrinking money supply. In the next few minutes, we will delve into the historical patterns and potential consequences associated with a contracting money supply. Understanding the money supply contraction. When we refer to the money supply shrinking, it means that there are fewer dollars in circulation compared to before. Conversely, an expanding money supply means there are more dollars in existence. Historical patterns. We are currently experiencing a monetary retraction, a phenomenon that has occurred in the past during recessions or the Great Depression. Although the current contraction is relatively small compared to previous expansions, this pattern has been observed before. Typically, a contraction in the money supply follows a spike in its expansion. This artificial boom in the money supply eventually leads to a contraction when individuals attempt to redeem their paper currency for real money, only to find that it does not exist. Consequently, the money supply contracts. Confirmation of contraction. Another way to measure the growth of the money supply is if we look back to the 1800s. The money supply has not contracted since the Great Depression, but it has now entered negative territory. Furthermore, the Federal Reserve's own data confirms that the money supply is contracting for the first time since they began collecting data in 1982. Analyzing the money supply level. If we examine the M2, the most commonly used measurement of the money supply peaked in April 2022 and started declining until May 2023. However, since then, it has remained relatively stable and stopped decreasing. This is intriguing because the Federal Reserve has not made any changes to its monetary policy during this period. The role of the reverse repo facility. The sudden halt in the shrinking money supply can be attributed to the reverse repo facility. This facility allows cash to be lent to the U.S. government for short-term debt. As the interest rate on short-term government debt exceeded the rate paid in the reverse repo facility, some of the cash in the facility began to leave and re-enter the banking system. This has offset the quantitative tightening measures implemented by the Federal Reserve. Future outlook. However, once the reverse repo facility reaches zero, which is expected to occur by early 2024, there will be no excess cash outside of the banking system that can be reintroduced. Consequently, the money supply will resume its contraction unless conditions change. Historical data indicates that every time the money supply has contracted, it has been accompanied by recessions, depressions, wars, inflation, or deflation. Therefore, assuming that there will be no economic repercussions solely because they have not materialized yet would be unwise. Conclusion. The current contraction in the money supply is a significant development not witnessed since the Great Depression. While the extent of the contraction may not be as severe as in the past, it is crucial to consider historical patterns and potential consequences. The shrinking money supply has historically been associated with economic downturns, making it important to take this into account when analyzing the current situation.
As always, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, All Things Money, to see more content like this.